Hey friends, we are going to do something new today. We're going to be doing some paper weaving. What you're going to need today, you're going to have a white piece of paper. On that white piece of paper, you're going to write your name and teacher code. And this time I want you to write it on, let's see, I think we're going to write it kind of near the bottom middle, about here. So you're going to write your name, teacher code. And you'll see why we need to do this in just a few minutes. But you're going to write your name and teacher code right there on your paper. Then you are going to have this tracer I'm going to give you. And you're going to be making your weaving loom. In weaving, the loom is the base where you do your weaving. And this is something you can weave paper, you can weave baskets, you can weave yarn, you can weave fabric. We're going to be weaving paper. So I have these blue tracers for you. These are meant to look kind of like a cloud. So you're going to take your pencil and you're going to trace it around your paper, your white paper, because we want a white puffy cloud like that. And you can see my name and teacher code is still inside where my cloud part of this. So now I am going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut along those lines. You want to try to stay on them, but if you get off the line a little bit, that's okay. But you don't want your paper to be cut too small. You want to have plenty of paper to work with. So you'll notice as I'm cutting, I'm turning my paper and I'm keeping my scissors pretty much in one spot. I open and close them to cut, but I turn my paper when I need to cut something instead of turning my scissors. It just makes it easier to cut. Okay, there we go. So now I have my cloud. Okay, so now what you're going to do, you're going to take your cloud and you're going to fold it in half like this so that the lines, the edges line up. So it looks kind of like a book. Fold it in half like that. Then this is your folded line. This is the open. You do not want to cut all the way to the edge of your open line. So what you're going to do, you're going to start here and you're going to draw down from here to the folded line. And you want to kind of use your finger as a guide. So there's a finger. If they're not perfectly straight, that's okay. It'll give some character to your cloud that you're making here. Then you want to make sure, again, don't go through there. Okay, so let's see. I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines there. So you want to try to get 6 lines in there. Not too close, not too far apart. About like that is good. And then when you cut these, you're going to start here, leave your paper folded. You're going to cut on that line up to here and then stop. Don't go past this line. You want to leave it connected. So don't go to the edge. Just cut to the end of your line. And you want all of these, mine aren't quite all the same length. You want them to be about the same length, like that. Okay? So we're going to cut line number 2. And if you cut with the hinge part of your scissors, that's where you get the most control. So it's better if you cut here versus up here at the tip. So as you're cutting, cut here. And see, I'm cutting with the hinge of my scissors, not with the tip of my scissors. And again, I'm moving my paper and keeping my scissors still. There. That was line number 4. Here's line number 5. And then here's line number 6. Okay, so now you have made your loom, which is the base for your weaving. So we're going to open this up, lay it flat, and now the front of your paper should look like this. And the back of your paper has your name and teacher code and where you drew your line. Okay, so if you see, you have all these lines cut now that don't go off the edge. They go over to here and leave space, okay? All right, so now we have these strips of paper we're going to use for weaving. And you can see we have the 6 colors of the color wheel. And then we talk about color a lot in art class. So we're going to make a rainbow color wheel cloud with red, orange, yellow, green, blue.